Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's T Bass, and we're back with another Pokemon video. Now today we're gonna go ahead and check out the Pikachu and Zekrom deck that actually just won Limitless Online Series number 2. Now again, a lot of people thought that this kind of deck lost a lot of steam. You know, it lost the Thunder Mountain Prism Star and a couple other cards as well. But for some reason, it's still kind of sticking around. It's holding in there. It's not as strong as it used to, not as fast as it used to be. You know, being able to get that turn 1 full bullets off with no effort at all. But it is still around in the format. You know, we have the current deck we're about to look at, and then we also have another deck. It's a greens list using green exploration. So, you know, it's able to stick around. It's probably not as tier 1 as it used to be, but it is still around in the current format. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we still have kind of like the normal mix of attackers slash supporters here. Still got the Boltund V in here. Still have the Dedenne-GX. Still have the Raichu, as well as the Tapu Koko Prism Star. Now the only difference is instead of Tapu Koko V, there is now Vikavolt V, being able to do that paralyzing bolt for 50 damage and, you know, 1 lightning and a colorless. Of course, you have the Crobat V as your draw support, and Eldegoss V to get those supported back in hand. Now for the rest of the list, it's a little bit different. You do have the Crushing Hammers in now. Crushing Hammers kind of started showing up in a lot of Pikarom decks kind of towards the end of its life cycle, basically. Actually, right before rotation hit, it actually started popping up a lot more. Electromagnetic Radar, being able to search out for electric lightning Pokemon. GX Pokemon is still really good. The Energy Switch, allowing you to try and get that turn 1 full blitz off. It is still a little bit difficult to get it off on your first turn if you're going second. But it is still a possibility, but you'll need a lot to get it done. Having the 4 quick ball, kind of, you know, nothing really changes there. 4 quick ball, 4 switches, 4 research, nothing really too different here. We do have the Bird Keeper for being able to switch out your active Pokemon and then draw 3. Works really well with Raichu if you're trying to get off that tandem shock and paralyze again. And of course, Reset Stamp. You know, it does what it does, you know, resetting your opponent's hand down to how many prize cards they have left. 4 Marnie, and then of course we have 2 Air Balloon, 2 Big Charm, and then here's the lightning count for energy. Deck's not bad. It's not as fast as it used to be, but it could definitely still be able to pull off that turn 1 full blitz, but it is a lot more difficult to do. Normally you now kind of want to go first, just attach to your Pikarom, pass. And the next turn, you're most likely being able to get that full blitz off if you are able to play your cards right. So let's go ahead and check out the deck. All right, we got our first matchup here. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully we can win the coin toss. That way we can at least just go first. You know, just being able to get the Pikarom down and attach 1 energy to it works out very well. So it looks like we can at least do that. And we have a way to get out of the active, but next turn probably might be a hassle. So we'll see how that kind of goes. Hopefully we can talk deck Pikarom here, but I doubt it, and I have no idea what this person's playing. I don't think I like it though. So we'll just go ahead and quick ball away this. I really feel like we might just have to get a Dedenne though, because our hand's not that great. And if this is probably a deck that relies heavily on item cards, we might just want to use Vikavolt here and save the Raichu for, or Pikarom for another time. Yeah, this might be a Vikavolt kind of show his face thing. You know, kind of limit our opponent from not being able to use too many item cards. Whether that's what exactly it is that kind of pushes them over, we're not too sure. You know what, we'll go ahead and attach the Big Charm there. Why not? And then do this. All right, so we have almost everything we kind of need for our next turn. So for now, I think we'll just pass. We have the way to get Tapu Koko Prism Star, and we have a way to actually get our Pikachu and Zekrom if we need it. Most likely we probably will as the next attacker, but for now, let's just see what happens. Because if this is a cat, actually, I don't know what's happening now. Normally in this kind of deck, you don't attach to the Esper because normally it has a Persian being able to do what it needs to. So I don't know what's happening here. Saturday. Okay. Actually, I think we might be able to knock this out one turn now, actually. I'm trying to think how would this work. We can get the Boltund V, attached to the Boltund V, and then probably research or Dedenne again. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that actually seems like a possibility. Okay, so we'll get the Boltund V, attached to the Boltund V. And then let's see what we get off this first before we decide to do anything else. Okay. We still need a lot more cards to see here, but we do have the switch out here. So I think we might end up going for Dedenne and yeah, Pikachu and Zekrom. But first, let's see exactly what ends up happening after we use Bird Keeper. Because we might end up getting everything we need. Almost have everything we need. So we do have the Tapu Koko Prism Star here. So just in case, we'll go ahead and knock this out. Use Dance of the Ancients, being able to get 2 lightning energy back onto our bench Pokemon. Alright. And if we have to, we can just use a switch next turn. Oh, actually, we're getting rid of that because we're going to dunk this guy. Yeah, and that's game. Go. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what our opponent was playing there, but I mean, that's an interesting way to kind of start it off. Let's go to the next one. All right, here we go with the next one. So I was able to kind of look at that last deck that we ended up playing against. Apparently it was a Dragapult Saturday deck. Seems like an interesting tech, but I don't know about consistency wise. I was able to kind of export it, so I might kind of mess around with it and see how it goes, but it's very interesting. It uses a Dragapult, of course, to attack. And then you put Meowth down as well as a Persian. With Persian's ability, any Pokemon that has Saturday as its attack has no energy cost. So essentially, you're doing a lot of, putting a lot of damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon, and then going in and using Saturday on the Esper. Or I think it's Saturday. It's a certain attack, and then it just does damage based off. It's like 20 damage per damage counter on your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it could be a very interesting way to attack, but I don't know. So yeah, it looks like we're playing against Eternatus V. This might be a difficult matchup, I would say. Well, of course, based off of our current hand, it will definitely be a difficult matchup. But it's not impossible. Essentially, they use the Toxicroak to poison. They use Slowbro V to poison us, and then Toxicroak kind of adds on an extra 2 or 3, and it does stack per Toxicroak as well. So there is that. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. Yeah, it's not looking good for us currently. It's not looking good at all. So I think what we'll do is I kind of just want to attach to the Pikachu and Zekrom and then pass. But I think if that ends up happening, I think we might be screwed. Because, I mean, next turn we'll be able to at least Professor Research and kind of go from there. But our hand is not that desirable currently. And I think I might want to see more cards now, which sounds a little bit better to do. But I mean, our next turn is kind of solid here. Professor's Research, we have the 1 attachment for turn. I think we'll be okay. I mean, if they Marnie us, they Marnie us, so it's fine. I probably should have went for, actually, I probably should have got the Boltund V, attached the Boltund V, and then actually use, that probably would have been better. So I probably should have gone for the Dedenne. I got the Boltund V out the deck, put it down, and then kind of electrify, because this was actually probably an electrify turn, so I probably messed up there. That might actually come back and hurt us a little bit, because no matter what ends up happening, they can one-shot us, even if we put the Big Charm on our Pikachu and Zekrom. So we probably won't put the Big Charm there. I think either Boltund V or Raichu. Raichu might be a better use in this matchup, especially if we can get a lot of energy down. But it is also possible that they might get stuck in the active, so there is that. So hopefully let's kind of go with that and hope for the best here. Nope. Okay, so at least they'll get the attack off, possibly here. Unless they're still drawing cards and they don't have everything they need yet. No, there's a Crobat, so I think they actually have everything they need. Or maybe they don't. Did they already Crobat this turn? No, they have not Crobat this turn. I don't... Why didn't you play the Crobat? Unless you have another Crobat in hand. That explains it. So they're just then in their hand. Is that a pass? All right, cool. So we're still kind of in business here. We might be able to kind of pull off whatever it is that we need currently, but we will see how this goes. Vikavolt V probably won't do well. And I don't think I want to Marnie them because their hand didn't have anything in it from last turn. So I think we'll just research here. All right, so we have almost, this is tough. Okay, let's go ahead and Crushing Hammer. Let's get the hiding energy off there. Let's attach here. All right, so we still don't have everything we need just yet. So we'll go ahead and Crushing Hammer again. Hopefully that we can get something off here. This is tough. This is tough. I kind of want to take that dark energy off there and force him to find another dark energy. But how many are there already down? They're already down 2 darkness energy, dark energy, so I think we can be fine there. So we'll bench that there. And we'll actually probably DAA change here. Get these 2. Place this down. Let's get 6 more cards, 4 more cards. All right. And then actually we will DAA change here. This will probably suit better here. It'll be able to survive more, better than there. So that's good. And now we have the full blitz and we have the switch. All right, we're perfect. This is great here. Yes, that's exactly what we want to do. Perfect. All right. So I wonder if it's better just to save a switch. It might be better just to save the switch here. And then now we'll just full blitz. I wish I could have bumped the Dark City. But it is fine, I suppose. And we'll just attach them all here. There you go. Now, I mean, they could still get the VMAX off here. I'm not exactly sure what their hand is currently. They do need another dark energy. So, I mean, we're kind of getting rid of 4 almost. And it looks like they're just going to sacrifice this to turn as V here. Which is fine. I guess I should have probably, man, now I think about it, I probably could have just full blitz to the active. Dang. Because if we did that, I mean, being able to take out this and turn it as V and this one would have been nice. Or at least probably get more than 1 prize card, but I guess not. Because most likely we will lose this Pikachu and Zekrom next turn. So I think we'll just attach here. No point in retreating back into this Raichu and Raichu. I mean, unless, is it really maybe? Because they won't be able to knock this out. And I can save this for another turn. That actually doesn't sound terrible. Force him to boss this up and finish it off. Because then we can save this and then hopefully get a Boltund or something. But I don't know if retreating is worth it though. Because he will attack here. Unless they but if they poison us, we're kind of screwed. Because then we will lose this. I think we just attack. Yeah. And we'll just put another one there. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of retreat. But then I thought about the fact that they actually play the poison variant of this. If they didn't play the poison one version, I think we would have been okay. Because then we could actually send this up and not worry about it being knocked out. Because this deck does not play any what is it called? No Zigzagoons at least, so we would have been fine there as far as the pings go, but we would have been poisoned. You know, if they got another one, that would have been 4 poison counters. Of course, they have to get the Slowbro V out as well, but we would have at least been fine. But I didn't want to risk losing this guy, because then, I mean, we were going to be paralyzing and turn his VMAX every single turn, and they're down just 1 switch card currently. And it looks like they might have another Crobat V in their hand, so this is actually their last one. So that's fine. I think they're actually, how many switches are they down now? 2 switches still, so they probably have at least 1 more. And they also have this retreat here, I believe, unless they've already retreated for the turn. So it is possible that they might have already retreated for the turn. And they have no more Crobats either, so that's good too. But I think they might be trying to go for the knockout now. Yep, so they're gonna probably come up, poison us. Unless they have boss's orders, then maybe we might be screwed here. But if they pass, they are kind of out of luck. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. All right, so we'll just attach. Actually, we're not going to attach just yet, but we will boss this up. I will retreat into the Raichu, or just switch, and then actually we're going to paralyze it. I mean, what else can they do? We'll just attach it just for now. And then, yeah, so now we're going to force them to find a switch card to get out of the active. Not much else they can do now. But if they do switch and poison us, we are probably knocked out after that, but that's fine. That might be okay. Because we still do have 1 energy switch, so we will actually be able to, and that's perfect. We can bump the Dark City. Won't be able to knock that out though. But 3, yep. So if we can find 1 energy switch here. Go into the Pikachu Zekrom, attach to that, and then go ahead and use Tag Bolt for the full effect. Knock out the Eternatus and actually knock out this Toxicroak. We'll actually win here. So far we're in a pretty good spot. But we do need a little bit more before we're actually able to just say we won this game. So there's that. Perfect. Okay. So go ahead and bump that. We'll go ahead and attach here real quick. Better chance for us to get what we need. All right. So we do have the switch. So we'll switch out. And now we just need another energy switch. We don't have it just yet, man. We don't have another Dedenne, but we do have no other energy switch. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, that sucks. I thought we had all the energy switches we need, so I guess not. Dang, man. So you just retreat back into here and then just paralyze again until we. Oh, that sucks. I think we just go ahead and just Tag Bolt, to be honest. I think if we Tag Bolt, we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll get the knockout here, and then actually we probably shouldn't have done that. I just thought about that. That was actually a terrible mistake. Because if he pays attention, he can get rid of at least. Oh no, he can't get rid of it. Okay, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that actually, because if he realized it, he could have got rid of the 2 Toxicroaks, and then that would have made it tougher for us to get the win here. So I definitely should not have done that. So hopefully it doesn't come back and bite us, but it might. But it doesn't look like it will. So we'll just go ahead and do this. Yeah, now we're kind of just in a command and lead now. There's not really much else they can do. I lost the Eldegoss, so I couldn't get a Ball anymore. So I think this is kind of game at this point. Without a switch card and not being able to get out of active, I mean, this is just not much else they can do. Yeah, so that last turn, I probably definitely shouldn't have done that, and that's fine. I mean, we have energy to just to be able to attach here. So there's that. Oh, wow, you can still do your effect. All right, and that's game. So the deck's still not terrible. It plays very well, actually. You know, it is a lot harder to get that turn 1 full bliss off, so keep that in mind when you're actually going about it. It is possible, but it is definitely a tough way to do it. That's going to do it for this game. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the deck. I'll definitely go ahead and show it off a little bit more again. But I mean, that's it. Till next time, peace out.